Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Today, I've got an Idle Talk mini for you today. Let me mute my phone because I won't meet up with Fabrian this week, but I finally did something that he's been telling me to do for years. So I have this thing where whether it be Fabrian or whether it be any other of my friends, when they recommend TV shows to me, I do not go and watch them for some reason. Don't tell me why. Don't ask me why. Don't tell me why do I do that, because I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't even know myself. But I saw these edits on TikTok. And you know how we lost TikTok for a bit, then we got it back. So last couple of weeks I've been seeing these TikTok edits of Invincible, and I'm bringing back the segment. What did I used to call this? TikTok made me watch it. I think I did one. I did this one time, and it was in a movie where Alan Richardson was like the main character. I think. It was pretty good. It's a solid like 6 or 7 from what I remember. I think I might have gave it a little bit higher just because I like Alan Richardson. I think it's a good movie. What the segment should really be called is things I watched after Fabrian told me to watch it 5 or 6 years ago. We're talking about Invincible season 1. So I finally saw this edit right on TikTok today, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me go watch it. Let me lock in. Downloaded Amazon Prime on my cell phone, and at 6 in the morning, I decided to watch this show, and it is currently 5:32. And I was watching a YouTube video on the show too, because it's something I like to do. I like to see how other people talk about the show. But I was taking a shower, I got back from work, and I started watching the show again. So I finished the first season, all 8 episodes. And I'm not here to recap it. I'm just here to talk about what I fucking liked about that show. Oh, and I forgot to mention microphone stand, the little filter. It's pink because I got this for Fabrian. But if he watches this, he'll see and he'll know it's his. But if he doesn't watch it, then I don't know what to tell you, bro. That I'm gonna use it. But if he mentions it to me, then I'll give it to him. I'll assign it to him. That way, there's 2 different colors going on while we do episodes together. Nonetheless, season 1, episode 1 started off fucking crazy. The fucking Justice League was there. Well, I guess this version of it. Batman was a combination of like the Silver Surfer and no, that's it. He was just a combination of Batman and Silver Surfer, or whatever that guy's name is, Dark Knight or something, whatever. I forgot what their names was. Anyway, fucking the main guy. So the reason why I started watching this show is because of Omni Man. I used to see the memes back when season 1 came out, when he was beating the fuck out of fucking what's his name, Mark or Andrew, whatever his name is. He was beating the fuck out of him, and the memes, you know. So I was aware of this show, just culturally, just never participated in watching these episodes. So I know this show by TikTok edits and by memes. So that's all I knew about this show. I seen some bits and pieces of some episodes on TikTok, and frankly, that I'm brain rotted. That's where I get most of my TV shows from. Just watching clips on TikTok or YouTube Shorts. Like I'll watch Friends on YouTube Shorts. I'll watch fucking Big Bang Theory on YouTube Shorts. Any Arrow sometimes, The Flash sometimes pops up on YouTube Shorts for me. So I'll just watch them like a fucking kid on my cell phone while eating like lunch at work. Season 1 start off fucking crazy. The White House is being attacked. The Justice League swoops in there, and then they save the day. And then Omni Man saves the fucking Silver Surfer Batman. And then, like looking back on it, I'm like, why'd you do that? You could have just let Batman die there. But then he pulls up on them at the end of the episode and beats the fuck out of them. Well, not beats the fuck out of them. He kills them all. And if you're getting upset at me for spoiling Invincible season 1, well, it's been like 4 years since it came out. So, my bad. I apologize. But nonetheless, he beats the fuck out of everybody. Kills them. He kills the Wonder Woman. He kills the Aquaman, which is Aquafish, because he's a fish. He kills the Martian Manhunter variant. He kills like some rubber band guy. He kills that guy. He kills the Russian Flash. He kills everybody. And I don't know how I feel about that. I understand now after watching the entire season. Like there were like cuz they beat the fuck out of him too. Like they got their shit back in blood cuz he passed the fuck out after the fight. But I'm starting to understand now that like they were their Earth's best chances of surviving an attack from him, because they were a fucking unit. Like they were like finishing each other's sentences type shit. They were locked the fuck in. They were beating the fuck out of him. He was beating the fuck out of them back. Don't get me wrong, but it was an actual like decent battle. It didn't last that long, like runtime wise, but I was impressed. I was impressed with the fight, with the animation. There were some parts of the first couple, I think the first season in general, where you could tell some of the animation budget was running a little low. Like it looks like you have an RTX 1090 trying to play fucking Elder Scrolls Online. Like some of the parts just weren't looking up to par. Right, that fight was awesome. That fight was fucking crazy. We get to meet the world, the fucking the world protecting agency, whatever that shit was called. Mark finally gets his fucking powers. He throws a fucking garbage bag, and I will give credit to this show. This felt like a cohesive story. Not that like I'm surprised by that. I'm more surprised that it kept its story from beginning to end. Like even small details like the garbage bag that Mark threw really fucking far away, tying into the part that we were listening to these two regular humans at the beginning of the show for the very first episode. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna take my kid to England. He likes the Beatles and shit, so we're just gonna go hang out for 2 weeks. And then the garbage bag lands literally in front of them on their trip. So I thought that was pretty cool. I thought the world building in this first season was really, really good. And I'm excited because what is season 2 gonna do? I mean, I have the luxury of sitting down and watching 8 episodes in a row again. Like I'm gonna go to work tomorrow. I might start it today actually. I'm gonna go to work tomorrow, right at 5 a.m. tomorrow. I'm gonna just like start watching fucking Invincible season 2, pick up right where I left off. But super impressed by the character development. Like there was a character that died, and I was really sad. I'm not gonna lie to you. And it wasn't even like a regular character, but I was just like, damn, that fucking sucks. And I think it was in like the second or third episode, and I was like, what? No way, that guy just died. But you know, it made sense in the story. I was just bummed out, and I texted Fabian, right, because one of the edits that I saw was from season 3 of this show, and it was about Rexplode, and I got to see the montage. They played Billie Eilish at the end of that episode, so I know what happens to that guy. And this is what I texted him. I was like, nah, this show is fake good. I hope nothing crazy happens to Monster Girl. And then he puts 2 parentheses because that bitch got her fucking head caved in. I was like, what? No. I was so surprised because I don't know why I jinxed it. I jinxed it because if I didn't send that text, that wouldn't have happened in the show. I'm just going to put that on the record. He said, not fake, actually good. Well, I was only like 2 or 3 episodes in, so I wasn't sure. But this show, it is really actually good. He was like, glad you're watching it. Bet. And then I sent him a quote earlier. I was like, Rex to Invincible. Don't ever point that at me in episode 2, LMAO, just because I saw that montage of him fucking his whole life up. Like later down the line in the future. I thought that was pretty fucking looking back on it now, like knowing that that's what the future holds. That's pretty good. Like that little crumbs, little breadcrumbs that, or little seeds. Actually, that's a better explanation. Little seeds that sprout into something bigger later down the line. But as again, TikTok convinced me to watch this, and then I was like, maybe I should start listening to Fabrian a little bit more. But it's not the first time. Like back in the day when I was like a freshman in college, I had never watched The Office. I had never watched Parks and Rec. I had never watched Breaking Bad. I had never watched The Walking Dead when it was coming out. When I first started watching The Walking Dead, it was like 5 seasons in. And I had the luxury of going on Netflix and then watching all the seasons in a row, and then having to painfully sit by every week and then watching the new episodes. So I don't listen to people when they recommend shows to me. I love to recommend shows, but do I listen to people recommending shows? No, not really. I would have loved to give me the benefit of the doubt, but I'm not gonna lie to here. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys. We get some pretty cool character development from what's that fucking guy's name? The best friend. Let me Google this. I have the world fucking a supercomputer in my hand right now. What's this guy? Invincible, best friend. Best friend. I think his name's William. It's fucking William. There we go. That guy. I fucking love William because he's literally saying everything I think the audience is probably thinking. Like, there's a point at the last episode, at the end of it, he's like, oh, like Mark's like, I don't really want to talk about it, because after he pretty much got his fucking face beat in, his legs broken, his arms broken by his own father, which we'll get to in a moment. He's like, yeah, I get it, but that's what the whole world is talking about right now. So can we talk about it? Like, he's a king. I fucking laughed, but even though that leading up to that whole like sequence of events was super serious, and I was locked in. I was like, I know what's going to happen because I've seen the memes and I've heard the dialogue and I recognized J.K. Simmons' voice, and I was like, man, this show is gonna get crazy. And knowing the ending of the season, I didn't know it was the very last episode. I thought it might have been like episode 7. I thought like a bigger conclusion was gonna happen. Sitting back and then knowing where it's gonna lead, I was like, damn, this is gonna suck for Mark. And it did. He felt so bad about how the way his dad viewed humanity, knowing that he's a part human, but Omni-Man was like, you're like basically like a full bred Vertramite. Is that what he called him? Whatever his species is called. We don't fuck with Omni-Man. Omni-Man big K in this household right now. And then he was just talking so bad about his mom, his wife. He was like, she's like a pet to me. Like, she's not really like, we're not equals. Like, me and you, we're kind of equals. I could get you there. If you take my hand, help me out. You come with me. America's betraying me. He's trying to lie to Mark's face. Eventually, Mark gets the fucking breaks and beat off him, like, to the point where there was a scene that I never saw before. So when I saw it, I was like blown away. And he takes Mark's face and he just sticks it out, but his hand like this, and then fucking destroys an entire train full of people using Mark's face. He's like, brah, died. See how easy this is? You're not even doing anything. I'm just holding you right here. And I think Mark, he does contribute to killing these people because he puts his hands out. He's like, stop, nah. But that's a lot of speed for like an invincible an invincible guy. So he kills a lot of people. And the fucked up part was when he knocks over an apartment building and he thinks he's still holding on to this lady, and it's just her hand. It's just her whole arm. Like, she just fucking gripping the fuck out of his hand, and he's just sitting there like, fuck. And then Omni-Man beats the shit out of him in the mountains. He fucking causes an avalanche and kills a village of people. And I was blown away, because this is the part of like the superhero-esque genre that you don't really see. I mean, we saw it a little bit in one of the Zack Snyder Justice League movies where Superman is like resurrected and he like is starting to like fight back against the Justice League. But we've seen it in like video games and like animated movies and stuff. But this was like surprising to me because Omni-Man was just like that. There was nothing to like take over him. There was no mind control. Like, this was my man's mission. Like, he, from the start, from the jump, as soon as he landed on Earth, he was like, I'm gonna have to do this eventually, but I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna have a family real quick. Because I don't think they really explicitly say it, but this is before I like dive deep into what people were talking about on like Reddit, for example, about season 1. But I think bro was just not expecting his son to get powers. For some reason, he probably thought, because he mentions like, in 500 years, what will you have? And then Mark's like, I'll have you, Dad. And then he starts fucking crying like a pussy. I'm just kidding. But I fully think he just didn't expect Mark to get his powers. I think he just wanted him to be a regular human and just die eventually. And then he wouldn't have to worry about, like, Mark, living through an invasion of his homeworld, which they kind of have Thanos' philosophy where, like, wipe out half the population, but they did it in trial through combat, and half of the population that was the strongest got to lead this like empire that they called it, and they take over planets, and they taken over so many planets that like they were spread so thin. So that's how Omni-Man landed on Earth. They were like, all right, we're gonna do it one at a time. You're gonna go there, you're gonna hang out, you're gonna chill a little bit, you're gonna get used to the humans, and then eventually weaken them, which he did by killing the Justice Friends at the beginning of the season, episode 1, and then we're gonna kill all of them, and then unless they don't cooperate. If they don't cooperate, we're gonna kill them. But if they do, you're chill. You're part of the future. You're part of humanity's biggest step. But wow, man, the first what a first episode and what a last episode. The episodes in between were awesome. I would watch this season again just to see what I missed out, knowing now that I know the whole story for the first season. This is definitely a show that I do recommend, and I will talk about 2 other shows that I want to recommend to you. But Invincible season 1, I would give that a solid 9.5. For some reason, maybe if I wasn't maybe I didn't pay attention to many scenes, because I did watch some of it at work, but I was paying attention enough to where somebody was like, "Are you watching a show?" I'm like, "Yeah." What do you need? And he's like, "Can you do this for me?" I'm like, "Oh, fuck, pause. Fucking take off my AirPod, help him out." And then my boss came, and then his boss came, and then, I had to watch one of the episodes on my lunch, and then I had to watch one of the episodes while I did cardio, so I did a longer cardio session than I would have, because I wanted to finish the episode. And then I worked out a little bit more after work, since I was already there, and I needed to catch up on a few things. But man, that season was really good. And I apologize to Fabrian. Should I do a clickbait title and be like, "I'm sorry, Fabrian"? I'll put that as the title. You think he'll click on it? Maybe. He definitely be listening to this shit, even when he's not on here. Nonetheless, 9.5 for that season. I loved Amber's character because Mark is just like me. That's my type. That's his type, clearly. Adam, is it Adam Eve? Like ATMO Eve? It's not ADOM? ADAM? No, it's Adam, right? Like the chemical chemistry name thing. But she was dope. I think she was like a play on there definitely was something back in the day of a tree hugger superhero group of some kind. So I think she was a play on that. But I never once took her as a joke. I always thought damn, this bitch is cool. Like the way she just putting up these pink walls. I know Fabian was going crazy watching that episode. He's like, "Oh shit, that." Speaking about, remember I said earlier about the animation budget running out? They spent all that shit on some of her scenes, because there was some where they transitioned into the school, and it looks like the Nessie classified middle school, but in the Jimmy Neutron animation. If that makes sense to you, let me know, because some of this pans to the school of the Invincible verse. I was like, dog, this looks like James K. Polk Middle School, but in the Jimmy Neutron world. Nonetheless. Adam Eve, loved her. Fucking William was awesome in every scene that he was in. He was in most of the scenes in the first 2 episodes. Then we didn't really see much of him. Then he had his own episode right before the 7th episode, I believe, and we got to see a bunch of him in that. And then towards the end, in the last episode too, we got to see a lot of him. And I think just they made such a good gay character. In a lot of TV nowadays, they overplay that aspect, being gay is their entire personality, but it wasn't with William. William had his own personality, and he was his own being, and he just so happened to be gay. It wasn't strictly forced or too much. When you try to give representations to certain groups of people, a lot of times you can kind of do it in a way where it's not doing it grace, right, to the people you're trying to represent. But this show, I liked what they did so far in season 1. I don't know if he's in season 2. I don't know if he's in season 3. But I liked how they developed this character. One of my favorite characters, probably my second favorite character. I think my first favorite character has to be Adam Eve. If that's even her name, I might be fucking this up. It's 20 minutes of just this show, me talking about this whole first season. So I'll go Adam Eve, William, then Invincible. And then for if I need to put a 4th, I would probably pick Omni-Man. And then for 5th, I would put Amber, just because I see what you did there, Mark. Somebody cooked here. Robert Kirkland, the guy who made Costco, I think, he cooked here too. Transition, moving on to shows I have been recommending to you guys for years. We're going to talk about Yellow Jackets season 3. 6 episodes in. I originally made a mini and it was 4 episodes in, but I lost the footage on this. So let's hope we don't jinx it again and I fuck this up again. But Yellow Jackets, it's getting fucking crazy. The show has a way. I'm not gonna spoil anything about the show, but I'm gonna just tell you like bits and pieces. The show has a way of not showing you anything until it's ready to. Like in the first season, like when because I spoiled that for you already. They like get back to the present or they get back home, right? They show you the aftermath of that. And you see a few characters here and there, like you see it in the present too. Like you're watching the story begins in the past and you're watching stories people come up in the future where you're like, "Oh, I'm great. Shauna's alive. Great. That Thais is alive. Oh, great. Fucking Misty's alive. Like cool. Natalie is alive, right? We learned that very early on. But now, 2 seasons later, it's starting to answer the question of who didn't survive. Because again, we get shown people in the present very strategically. Like, oh, this person returns. Oh, that person returns. That person returns. Or now we're running into the case of like, who is returning? Because we know a few people come back, right, in season 2. But now we're trying to figure out. Now it's a puzzle being played. Now there's the chessboard is being updated, and we're trying to watch the flashback portions of the season, trying to figure out who could be doing what they're doing in the present for season 3. Excited about that. We lost a major character, so kind of a spoiler. But you wouldn't know it's a major character unless you watch the first 2 times. I spoiled the first 2 seasons. But again, this is just my fucking PSA. Please go watch that show. That show is awesome. Again, the only reason I'm even on Amazon Prime is because you could do Paramount Plus on there as an add-on, and I did. And that's how I started watching Yellow Jackets. That's how I stumbled upon fucking Reacher. Me and Fabian had talked about Reacher for a little bit. And I had a clip go like a little viral on TikTok talking about Reacher. But, man, Reacher Season 3 again. I could watch episode 7 right now, actually. But the first 6 episodes... Holy fuck! There's like 20-something books allegedly for Reacher, and man, I could see maybe like 4 or 5 more seasons of this fucking show. Like this show, when you think where is it gonna go, it fucking goes somewhere you don't even fucking expect it to. Like I don't want to say too much, man. Just go watch Reacher. If that's the kind, just watch like a trailer for season 1, and if that's the kind of show you think you would like, go and watch that. Last show I'm going to talk about, it's called Lioness. And again, I'm watching it on Paramount Plus via Amazon. Before I get into that show, fuck you, Amazon. There was a moment, like, for last episodes of a season, no fucking ads, please. Like, I get it. You want to make money. You want to siphon off the fucking lower and middle and upper class and be this multi-billion, trillion-dollar conglomerate. I get that. But can you be a fucking human and not have commercials for the last episodes of seasons? Like, be fucking respectful, you fucking piece of shit, Jeff Bezos. Because I was so locked in emotionally for Invincible, and then fucking HPV fucking ad played. I get it, you can get that shit if you're under 45. If you're sexually active with one person, you can still catch it for some fucking reason. I understand. And get vaccinated. I get it. I understand. But can you change up the commercials? Like, at least during TV, you would see the same commercials like every other hour. Like if you're still watching that channel, like of course you're gonna run into a fucking another ad. But if you're selling so many ads, can you just fucking mix them up, put some other shit? Can you promote some of your shows that you have on Prime? Like that's just my rant, to be honest. Like that was pissing me off. I was really locked in emotionally for the last episode, and then that fucking HPV commercial just fucking threw me off, and it threw the episode off its course too. Lioness, I made the critical error because again, I was, that little like menu when you open up Amazon Prime and it's like, oh, these are shows we recommend. It was like, hey, watch this, you might like it because you watch Reacher, and I was like, all right, bet. Clicked it, started watching, and I was like, damn, this show is really good. And then guess what, guys? Come on. It was fucking season 2. I started watching this show at the start of season 2. There's only 2 seasons to the show, I believe, because I think season 2 had just come out and they were promoting season 2. And I watched. I'm like 4 or 5 episodes deep into that show. I am locked the fuck in. I am emotionally tied to these characters. And after I watched season 2, episode 1, I was like, damn, maybe I should go watch season 1. But I didn't think I was missing any context from season one while watching season two, and shout out to that show for doing that, because it might be like an anthology series where like you don't need to watch the first season to understand what's going on in the current season, and I think Reacher is like that too, but Reacher is like that in some parts because we have some recurring characters in each of the seasons that like if you watch the previous season, like you'd be like, ah, it's that bitch from season one. Linus. If you have Amazon Prime with the Paramount Plus add-on, go watch that. It's a pretty crazy show. It gets violent in some points. It talks about like real world events. Some too. It's not too woke. There is wokeness. Okay, there is wokeness, but it's not too woke. It's like just enough woke, and I hope you can tolerate that. And there is just enough bigotry, where it's not, or so it's not too MAGA and it's not too woke. You know what I'm saying? So go watch Lioness. So go watch fucking Invincible, which I will go watch season 2 right now after I wrap up this. I will go watch Reacher. I will go watch Yellow Jackets because the new episode comes out tomorrow. And then Lioness, I'm gonna finish watching that show. I that's my Sunday show. Like I lock in on Sundays if I'm not recording and I don't talk with Fabian. I lock in on Sundays, watch Lioness, and then I kick off my week, you know, by watching Linus. So that was this mini, under 30 minutes, a new world record. And I will see you on the next one when I link up with Fabian. I'm going to post this first. Me and Fabian pre-recorded an episode. We went to go watch Captain America, and then we recorded in the car. Quality of that probably went super down because it became nighttime really fucking fast. But I still want to post that. But I wanted to kind of give the March Madness episode a little bit more breath, like room to breathe on social media. I still have to post a bunch of clips on that. I've been, testing out 3 clips a day versus 2 clips a day, and sometimes I'll be forgetting to fucking post, and I put 1 clip up like in the middle of the night. So I'm trying to see how we do analytically, right? That's how that works. But I will post the Captain America clip next week. So when this one goes up, the week after this comes up, I will post the Captain America episode, and Fabian had some good things to say, good insights, and I think it's a good episode from what I remember the conversation right now. But I will see you on the next one. Peace, love, joy. Goodbye. Bippity boppity boo.